y'all. Yay. Yay, yay. All right, let me turn off my phone. All right. All right, y'all. I love this when we're live for real. Okay, we look so beautiful. Okay, all right. So first of all, I just want to say, hooty hoo. The meeting is now being live streamed. This is great. So I just want to check in with y'all and ask y'all how y'all doing today. Welcome to the Candid Conversation. We are now live on Facebook, and y'all will be getting a link to share out to y'all's followers and to people that support you. How is y'all? I mean, be honest, because it's like we doing this work, and I've heard multiple people say that they sick, they exhausted. I mean, like, keep it real, keep it funky.
We Black.
Today was a good day for me, opposed to the last couple of weeks, because I'm just gonna say we lost somebody to police violence this week. He's in a coma, but he was dead for 30 minutes before they put him on life support. So, but yeah, that's been heavy, but we got the family a lawyer, and we're about to keep it moving and do this work. So.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it, Tanya. And that's like y'all in Sacramento, and that's not easy. Nene, Sylvia, Cherie, Kiana, Nicole, how are y'all feeling? Like in the midst of the work that we got going on, Tanya's experiencing what they're experiencing, Nene and Kiana going through. I would love to hear everyone's experience about how are you able to find joy day to day.
Well, me personally, for transparency, I wake up every day trying to abolish prisons and jails. But with all that I'm fighting for, dismantling the systems, I found a little joy that Tatiana Jefferson, the cop that killed her, was found guilty today. Because right now we don't have anywhere for killer cops to go or what to do with them. And so not joy, a little bit of satisfaction as I'm going to court right now for another case here in DC for a police officer who killed Karan Hilton Brown, and the jury's actually in deliberation right now. So that brought me a little bit of like maybe, just maybe, because the family want the cop prosecuted, that maybe Karan family can get justice here in DC with the verdict that we're waiting on that too. So it's kind of hard. It's yin yang, right? So yeah.
I wish I was like that. I had like a teleportation device. I would just want to come to y'all and be like, we need tons of alcohol and tons of psychedelics. Please, like, let's just hug each other and love on each other. Because this is not for the faint of heart, you know? I know a lot of organizers that are part of the Rent for Moms campaign. I know a lot of y'all for many, many years, like, you know, and I know y'all's tired. And Sylvia, I would love to be introduced to you and to you, Nicole, as well. Cherie, you want to share about how you can find pockets of joy?
Over the last, good evening, everyone, beloveds. I have to be very intentional and deliberate in looking for pockets of joy, especially in this last few weeks or months, because there's some type of, I know that there is a portal open, there's a vortex And those that are the empaths and the healers, the ministers, the revolutionaries, we are pulled in a different way. And those that also have physical wounds and those that are part of the feminine divine, right? We carry the heaviness of doing this work in a different way. And so I find pockets of joy by moments like this, connecting with my people. I find pockets of joy. I always look forward to Nini's morning post about how she woke up and is living in her blackness.
And her
Like,
greatness.
and in
I
her
live for Nini's
greatness,
post. Yup.
right? And then and there are other amazing Black mages and films that just, when they have wonderful experiences, I celebrate that. And I'm always so grateful that those moments are happening. And that includes you, DiDi. Sometimes I just like watching you pop off because I aspire to a certain level of petty, even when I am in my clerical or my clergy collar, because I do not believe that those that serve in ministry can do this work um, without being pulled to the point to where we're cussing some. And if they're not cursing, I don't trust them. So sometimes I take joy in making up some very colorful language. That's me.
I love it. I'm so happy you're here. Sylvia, Nicole, Kiana, y'all want to share?
Sure.
Hi, Sylvia. This is my first time meeting you. Hey, Pooh.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I've heard great things about you. Uh, so I'm fairly new to like organizing and being, I guess, an activist. I've kind of done it in my own way for most of my life, but this is fairly new to me. So I'm learning a lot. And I find joy in this learning process that I'm going through. It is challenging though, because I feel like I can't be as effective as I would like to be because I'm pulled in a whole bunch of different directions. But I just try to like take a step back and focus on the things that I do have and the things that I am able to, contribute to help others. And that's what, brings me joy. And then also my family and connecting with other Black people. Yeah, that's where I find my joy.
Hey y'all, my name is Kiana. My pronouns are she and her. What brings me joy right now is my two sons. Being able to be a mom to them and do things and watch them be joyous and have joy is what really brings me joy right now. So yeah, thanks for having me, DiDi.
Of course. And Nicole, you want to finish us out? While we wait for Nicole, I'll just say that it's been really difficult for me to have joy. I feel like I've been on my timeline just scrolling for memes at this point. Like I don't even want to talk about politics. I feel very overwhelmed right now. So that question, like, how are you holding up? It's like, I feel like y'all ever feel like you're tired of being the strong Black woman, the strong Black femme, like you're tired of the moniker, oh, you're so resilient, you're strong, you'll get through this or whatever. And sometimes I feel like, I don't think I'm gonna get through it. and like we have to function at that level, right? Like we're still required to parent, we're still required to be in service to our community. This campaign is kind of triggering for me because it's so dear to my heart, because I was the kid that we never got the toys we wanted. Like every Christmas, we looked forward to getting stuff because other kids is in our classroom talking about the stuff they about to get. Oh, I asked my mama, I asked my daddy for this, right? And it's like, my mother always had to tell us that's a next year toy, or as soon as I get my taxes, I got you, don't worry about it. Like, you know, and it's just seeing like me be the person advocating for that kind of change. Like if my mother would have had money, enough money, I would say, to pay the rent, right? Or to pay the utility bill or pay her car note, pay all the things that was required. My mother wouldn't, she would have been able to purchase us toys, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it, I don't know, about white saviorism that makes people think that just putting a smile on a child's face is the be all and that's the answer. Like, I'm not shitting on toy drives. Well, I kind of am. But what I'm saying is like, there's this larger systemic issue, like, and people are probably like, don't make it that deep. But I was listening to Trevor Noah's comments on his show this week. And I think about like Black women y'all are in community with. How do you think that someone saying, listen to Black women is like Eureka?
All he did was he gave people the recipe. He gave them the map of how to survive. I mean, Black women, we birthed creation. Why would you not trust us to sustain it when we've been doing it, when we are doing it? So he just told everybody how to make it through this shit. That's just my opinion, but he gets it.
For me, it's the truth, because it's unfortunate that misogyny hate that behind every successful Black man is a Black woman. And I would even say that in corporate America, where it's white bosses, it's usually that Black administrator or the Black secretary that's holding the shit down for that white boss. But the white person, lady who got them like the higher job or get the glory. It's like I tell Kiana like about her son who just committed to Morgan State today. Shout out to Kiana's son going to college to play football, 4-year scholarship at Morgan State.
Hey.
But I tell her like Kahari position is the unsung hero because he's on the offensive line. So he do the blocking so the quarterback can get the ball out, or the receiver can catch it for the touchdown. The running backs, the ones who get all the glory to get the touchdown. But if it wasn't for that offensive lineman doing the block so that the defense can't get to them, they wouldn't get the touchdown. And so that's how I felt about Black women. We don't get praised enough and our work go unnoticed. And then when we take to the front to do the work and show our face, it offends Black men and the white man, and they don't think we're supposed to be there. So I believe that, and he spoke truth, and a lot of people won't agree that without Black women, a lot of this shit wouldn't be successful in the world. So yeah.
I think that I love what he said. I don't want to take away from it, but it's just so foundational. Like there's still so much that has to be done. And we still get so much, like we're always challenged when we puff our chest out. Like we're not allowed to do that. We're not allowed to give ourselves credit or, I mean, just sharing the campaign, you know, the fundraiser, people are like, well, why isn't it Black families or Black dads too, or dads don't get, and it's like, okay, we've been fighting for Sacramento specifically. We fought for 19 men that have been killed by law enforcement. Like we pretty much have centered men, and at the same time trying to make sure that we center women and femmes. So I just feel like we have so much work to do still, just within our community.
Yeah, I that's really like the gist of it. I was trying to figure out, okay, like, so like, can Trevor Noah share our campaign? Like, can he do that kind of listening? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all need to tag Trevor Noah in these comments. I don't have time for it.
Can he write a check?
Can he write a check? Don't he have a Netflix special out? Yes, write that check, Mr. Noah. Thank you. All the way from South Africa. Like, I was thinking about like the work that we do, and Tanya actually raised an interesting point. A lot of the advocacy that the hashtag Black Lives Matter brings about is violence, state-sanctioned violence against Black men. And often women are left out of the conversation. I'm even thinking about, I would say women and marginalized genders are left out of the conversation. I'm even thinking about what's happening right now with Megan Thee Stallion. Like, you know, it's very clear to me that she was the victim of violence. And instead of people listening to her at face value, that she was a victim of violence, we're now discussing her sexual life. We're discussing her friendships. We're discussing who she's like. It's just, it's too much. Like Black women, I don't know how we do it. I don't know how we do it. So my question is, what does centering Black women and marginalized genders mean to you in a time where hypervisibility is centered around Black men, but we as Black femme folk advocating for everybody, like rising tide lifts all ships, we still get shitted on because we're not doing enough somehow. What ways, like, do you think white folks can also support us, you know, while we're trying to figure out, like Tanya said, the work we need to do within our own community? Like what are we telling white people to do?
Well, I saw this cycle of inaction that I thought was so profound to me. You know, what it's starting to feel like to me in a lot of spaces, you know, a lot of white folks, it's starting to become very entertainment-ish for me. You know, I'm happy that they come out to things. I'm happy that they, you know, they do things. But it just seems like it's a lot of it's for like entertainment, right? This is our lives. And we have to get up and live this every day. We can't turn off and on our Blackness. We can't turn off and on who we are, and the fact that we have to get up and live this each and every day. And so, like, you know, white folks, I think that they should be more intentional around, like, you know, the way that they show up. For me, censoring Black women is a must. And when I don't know who said about the post, we posted something for Black women the other day, and immediately someone jumped on and was like, oh, why can't it be this and why can't it be that? And it just really pains people whenever they see when something is centered for Black women. It really gets under their skin. And it's just, I'm tired of explaining it, because we fucking want it to be for Black women. That's why. And we don't need your comments. We don't need your commentary or any of those things when we decide to step up and do things for Black women. That's our choice. And that's our liberty for us to do it that way. And so I'm just really tired. I don't even have much to say. I am literally like drained and tired. But yeah.
I want to ask people, what are y'all doing for Black women or Black men? Like, like a lot of people is doing it from the couch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we outside. Like, so I give deference to that. Anybody else want to jump in? Go ahead, Tanya.
Yeah, I like what you said in the campaign, the fundraiser, basically you're talking about how when you help Black women, you are helping the Black community as a whole. So like, because Black women take care of Black children and their Black partners, and sometimes they're Black men. And you know what I mean? Like, we take care of everybody. We hold our community. We are the foundation and the glue of our community. So Black men are being taken care of when we're being taken care of, period. Like, you just got through fighting for a Black man that's in jail or that just got sentenced. And it's like, you're leading that fight for this Black man. Black women have been hitting the streets for Black men, period. Like, and then we got sons, and I mean, there's no way to say that we're not fighting for Black men when we fight for ourselves.
That's a great point, Tanya. I think Kiana mentioned earlier, like, it seems like real entertaining now, like the way that white people contribute. And I think like that's the piece of like the saviors, and like they're doing things to make themselves feel good instead of doing things because it's the right thing to do, whether or not it feels good. And there needs to be more of a focus on that. So just do the right thing because it's the right thing. Don't do it because you're looking to make yourself feel good because it's the holidays and you want to give back. Like, there's systemic issues that need to be addressed, and that's what this movement is attempting to do. And that's why you should be contributing here.
That's an excellent point, Sylvia. So that leads me to my next question. Oh, Nicole, you had something? I apologize. Okay. So I know, like, I've seen how folks are willing to give a donation to a fundraising campaign like this, but housing insecurity is something a lot of Black organizers are living through the reality of, right? So how responsive do you feel folks are when it comes to protecting us while doing this work? I feel like, and I'm gonna lead with this, I feel like I have been the recipient of many a GoFundMe or a PayPal pool, because while I'm doing this work for other people, I'm moving these resources for other people. I'm a chronically ill person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got all these kids, I got family issues, I got it all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I work 3 or 4 menial jobs throughout the year. I take clients, this and the third, and I'm mad about it. I still have to figure out, do I renew my lease? Can I afford to move? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't make a client this month, or if I don't drive 33 hours of Uber Eats every week, like, will I make my rent this? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then what you said about, okay, Black women supporting Black men, how many Black men is in your family that have been formally incarcerated and that you are also helping, you know what I'm saying, them get their shit together? So it's like, don't do me. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I feel like what you said about having Black sons, like, you're supporting them. Like, how are y'all dealing with housing security or insecurity?
I made at a rally a couple of weeks ago where we had traveled to another space to uplift Black women who are victims of state-sanctioned violence and violence from a police officer. And it was important for those of us from Oklahoma City in Oklahoma to go, because there was a national case about 6 or 7 years ago where it was the same type of situation. And I think people think we speak from some type of script when they don't realize that we're talking from our life, that this is our experience. And I made a statement that's now circulating as a quote that I said, when Black women rise, humanity is elevated. And that's just a fact. And people, it has become so normalized for people to be comfortable with Black women and films and majors struggling. Like we can't have a damn thing. When we do amass any type of what people think as wealth, and for some reason here in Oklahoma, wealth can be getting some damn Nikes. People came at me and getting a car, even though my car had been bombed, right? And my feet are hurting. I'm older. I'm fat. I'm chronically ill. And so you don't think that I should have comfortable footwear for when I'm leading these damn marches? Uplifting the Black community and try to dismantle the systems that tear us all apart. And people act like my Black life don't matter. So, and I've done a lot of organizing without a house, where I was couch surfing, where I was staying in the office of my church, sleeping in my car. I'm not housing secure right now. It's a very different situation, but I'm in the safety of my office right now, and it's probably where I'm gonna lay my head. I did chemo this morning, so where I could go, there's a whole bunch of stairs, and my body won't facilitate that. And so people don't even understand how real it is out here. And they don't even understand being unhoused, not having a safe space. And people are not focused on creating safe spaces for Black women and majors in films. And so I don't understand why when we went live with this, with our intentions is just blatant. We're trying to raise rent for moms, for Black moms. Why wasn't that an easy give? And why didn't people want to be benevolent and extravagant in their giving when you say Black women matter?
I just want to piggyback on Cherie, because it was really disheartening for me that, you know, we do Free Black Mamas DMV here in the DC DMV area and in Baltimore, and Kiana's been doing it for a while. And also, like, all of our moms that we bail out, Kiana has been intentional on making sure they have things that they need for their children and stuff for Christmas time, you know. But I think about how Kiana's been trying to fight for a transitional house for our Black mamas since like 2019. And we had one young man that got out of prison fast. He was out on release waiting for sentencing, or correct me if it's sentencing, right, Kiana? Was it sentencing he's waiting for? And he came on and he made Black incarcerated lives matter. And he came on and just took all the work that Black women had started, like even Court Watch and the real now gritty work of Court Watch. And he decided, oh, well, I'm gonna do Court Watch, I'm gonna do a transitional house, and all of the resources just went to that Black man. And like, as if the work that and the labor that the Black women been doing since 2017 and trying to get support didn't matter, even to the point where we had DC council people supporting him. And I'm like, hello, we've been doing this for the last 5 years. Where is our transitional house? Where is our support? And it went to a Black man to say, Black incarcerated lives matter, and Life After Release that just wanted to support incarcerated and formerly incarcerated Black women didn't matter to get the community support. And that's real. And that's what we deal with here in the DMV area. Just going against the Black men that's doing the work, and the Black men, when they uplift incarceration, they leave Black women out. And Kiana Megan speak about how important the Black woman is and what happens when the Black women get incarcerated. It's nothing like, I mean, I know we got men that's incarcerated, but a Black woman being incarcerated is a whole nother level for a family. So yeah.
Thank you, Nene. Go ahead, Tanya.
When you asked about how secure you feel with housing, so like the last 3 houses I've lived in, I've been displaced from, paid rent on time and everything, but for different reasons. One reason, I think one time it was, I think, because of the work that we do. But I kind of have like, I don't want to self-diagnose, but like PTSD for housing now. Like I stress out every month now. Even when I paid my rent, I'm like, did I pay my rent? Like I'm really paranoid. Because you see it, I mean, we're surrounded by it in Sacramento. All of our communities are really diverse now. And it's a little bit triggering to just like, you know, I think, and I've been homeless before, I've been unhoused before, but not to where I was sleeping in a car, like I've couch surfed and stuff like that. But like, I fear that, you know, I fear not. And some people will say, well, maybe you should do that just so that, but like suffer, you know, and let people see you suffer as part of this work. And it's like, we shouldn't have to suffer. We should be comfortable and we should be able to have what we want, not what we need, what we want. We should be able to have what we want. Like we had a meeting last night with some Black women at my house, and we talked about how societal norms, like we're talking about Black excellence and how Black is excellence, but people put all these tiers within our community, dividing us from each other, creating separations to where we, you know, some of us look down on others. But we talked about the fact that how what excellence is compared to what white supremacist norms are. So like if you've got a good college education, then you're considered to have Black excellence, or if you're a doctor, but it should be the opposite. It should be how hard people work, how much people sacrifice. Like doing community organizing should be considered the highest of Black, being a teacher, a Black teacher in the school district, like that should be considered what is Black excellence, because we are faced with the most obstacles and we survive them. And that's almost impossible. When we started fighting for this new family that the man just got beaten to death by a Sacramento sheriff, that first night, it's heavy. Like I was looking at your work, DiDi. I was like, maybe I'll start doing my own thing, you know, like independent from being in the streets, because I can't hold this anymore. But I snapped out of it because I know that the work is needed and it's important. But I mean, that's just, you know, that's the weight of what we do. And we shouldn't, like you said, Sheree, we shouldn't have to suffer. People shouldn't say that we should have to suffer. People shouldn't criticize us. Somebody criticized me because I got a tattoo. Where did you get the money? Don't worry about where I got the money to pay for my tattoo. Like people are really on that hype. So that's all. That's it.
What's some projects y'all working on right now? No, I mean, obviously y'all doing this Rent for Moms. And I know that y'all know this, but like, I'm hoping that y'all can like tell y'all followers. Each organization's goal is to raise $10,000. I think that's gonna, many hands make light work. Like, you know what I'm saying? And for folks who, you know, like what we did was we created like a fundraising kit. Like we show people, we having meetings every week with people. Like we out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you know people who want to like join teams, let's say you get 5 people to say that they're going to raise $500 or they're going to raise 250 or whatever, right? You get 10 people say they're going to do 250. There go your bread right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I really want these things to be successful because the more moms we help. Right now, I think the numbers just came in. We're already at $40,000, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that to me is a testament to the work that each of us as organizers do. Everybody's bringing in bread, but I really feel like people really being stingy with their pockets because it's us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so I want to know, I'm just gonna say it. It's because it's us. So what projects are y'all working on outside of making sure that at least there's some temporal relief for moms this season?
I'll say here in Oklahoma, a few months ago, there were 25 execution dates set. There was supposed to be an execution today, and the state of Oklahoma is trying to sue the Department of Justice and the federal correctional system because the feds would not turn over the person so that we could murder them. And so we have about 19 more executions. So we have one set for every 4 weeks or every month for 2 years. So we are working in tandem with lots of other entities to get a moratorium on the death penalty, and ultimately get it abolished, and hopefully also federally. And then the other thing, when we talk about incarcerated Black women, Oklahoma has been #1 in incarceration of Black women for 27 years. So we are trying to set up systems and resources so that the system that destroys us cannot continue to literally steal the nucleus of the Black family. So we're trying to support the reentry programs. We're trying to make sure that families stay connected even during their period of being within the carceral systems. And we're also trying to get rid of this damn cash bail, which is debtor's prison, because so many people, and that goes across the board. In Oklahoma, it's like no lives matter. We've had 16 people die in our county jail, just in the Oklahoma County Jail this year. We had 15 last year. And just lost a person who perished last week. That was a non-melanated sister, but she was an ally. And so watching, her bond was $1,000, but she wasn't able to reach out and say, I'm here. Because she's a white woman, I'm sure people would have gone to get her. Now it's been hard because I'm watching the outrage and the outcry of a community around a person who I loved, who I rocked with, who we worked together in the shelter for homeless youth. But when Black people are dying in these same institutions, the silence is painful. So I guess in a nutshell, we're working on getting rid of the silence. So we're calling out our white allies and accomplices to do the work, to stay committed to the work, and stop expecting to be comfortable while you're doing the work. Use your privilege for a higher purpose.
Somebody better tag Drew Barrymore because she was on this show talking about, I feel terrible that I'm a privileged white woman. But then like the next sentence, she was like, I've traveled all around the world. I was like, true, if you don't shut the hell up. So thank you so much for that. I'm gonna ask a few more people. I know that BLM Sacramento has, Tanya, you've been holding it down since 2015, and Harriet's Wildest Dreams. I really feel like the work that y'all are doing, especially like in the criminal justice, y'all are doing participatory defense, y'all are doing court watch. It's like, how are those things helping our community?
Yeah, so the way that it's helping our community is that it's actually snatching the bodies out of the system in preventative ways so that we're not losing our loved ones by death or by separating them through incarceration or death by incarceration. Being able to help them navigate through the criminal legal system, getting their cases dropped. So we're bailing them out. We're getting their cases dropped. We are finding their cases by watching the courts. I mean, we're literally going into the system and snatching our people out of it so that they are, they don't have to endure that. One woman was 20 years old. She got into a fight, and the fight went viral. Thank God they didn't have internet when I was a kid, because Lord knows, I mean, I'd have been all types of locked up as a child, right? But she got into a fight. The fight went viral, and she was facing a lot of time, and we were able to work to get her the least amount of time possible and help her go through the system and have the least harm done to her. And so that's what we do, and being able to identify our people, because I feel like the system does a good job. I know the system does a good job in hiding our people in plain sight and
Disappearing them, basically.
yeah, and folks don't know. I mean, and folks, if you can, I'm a formerly incarcerated woman. I can't sit in a jury box. I'm going to be fighting to be able to sit my ass in a jury box. But please, to our people, please go to jury duty. It is so important. It is, important that we are in those seats. I seen our people today at one of our trials that we had today, and we need to be in those seats. And the system prides itself on getting some of those Black excellence and some of those bootstrapping Black folks who they know those bootstrapping Black folks that they know have worked hard to get theirs, and those are the ones they want in those seats because they can persuade them to do their dirty work for them. And so I can't explain and I cannot express enough to folks. If you're wondering what you can do not ignore your jury duty notice. It's super, super important.
Come on, the Ratchets need representation too. Representation matters, y'all. I know, because I'm a Ratchet. Thank you. Tanya, do you or Sylvia want to speak to the work y'all are doing? Thank you so much, Kiana.
Do you want to speak, Sylvia, or you want me to do it? So we're doing a lot right now. So in 2021, we purchased 2 parcels of land. On one of the parcels, we've got a community garden where we grow food very specifically to give to Black people in Sacramento, no matter like what even if you got a job, and just to kind of help alleviate some of the bills and things like that. And then on the other parcel, we have a project that we're working on. It's a community home and land project. Basically, we're going to build a house, a 3-story house. It's going to look like a house, but it's going to be a place where we serve meals and we funnel in resources to the community. We have Saturday freedom schools and just everything that we could think of to provide people what they need so that they don't have to resort to anything else. The summer that George Floyd was killed, we also had like a gang war going on. It started in that summer where we were losing like 2 to 3 youth a week. And so I really wanted to find out a way to like help all that, because it all falls under the same umbrella of white supremacy. And so we wanted to find a way. We know that, you know, I can't go in the hood and be like, brother, you got to stop doing this because he's mad. You know, his friend just got killed, and I haven't experienced his experiences. So I know that that's not my role to play. But I do know that people need things, even if it's clout. Like, let's find a way to get you some clout. Let's find a way. You want to shoot? Let's bring you to the range so you could shoot. And then just get good at it and do it for the right reason, like protect our community, you know, or if you guys want to fight, come over here and fight. But when you leave, it's over, you know? So that's what we're trying to build in our community. And so that's been the work that we've been focused on the most. But, you know, recently somebody was beaten. And so we've been doing that work as well. And then we've tried to have these events with, you know, for Black women specifically. And we've had, you know, they've been really beautiful, but we only have like 2 or 3 or 4 people show up. And I know that a lot of it has to do with like the times and COVID and all of that, but we're working on a lot of things at once. And I feel like the impact is it's good, and it's gonna be better. Like once we have our home, it's gonna be wonderful and beautiful.
Thank you. I need y'all to do me a favor, because Tanya just touched on it. Like, meeting people where they at. Like, we got to meet each other where we're at, right? And it's like, I think that goes back to what you were saying earlier, Tanya, about like the tiers in between us. It's like, I'm really tired of the narrative and the trope that like, oh, Black lives can't possibly matter to Black people because Black people are killing each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you respond in your demographic to the trope that like we somehow must be doing more violence than every other ethnic group?
I personally, I mean, I try to like connect the dots for people, because I think that what I get frustrated with is that people don't look at the root of problems, they look at the surface. And then we do have a lot of mamas that are impacted in our communities by the intra-community violence. So you have to hold space for them as well, and how they feel and their pain and what they think that should be done. So it's kind of like a tightrope, because people are looking at the surface and then giving their ideas of what they want to do. And it's not really, sometimes it's not a fix. So I don't claim to know like what it is that's going to connect it and fix it, but I do know that we do have to look at the root of the problem and then connect the dots for people to see like, this is the root of the problem. This is a result of where we've been put in our communities and who runs our communities and our leadership, you know, elected leadership in our communities and what they give us and what we accept. And, you know, we have to connect those dots, because that basically connects us, this movement where we're fighting law enforcement and violence, state sanctioned violence, to the intra-community violence where folks don't have what they need. They don't have guidance. They're in poverty. They're building their own families, because that's all gangs are, is, you know, someone going out and building family and getting love. So that's a whole nother conversation. It's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, and I want to tell you, you're 100% correct, because here, literally, because what you were saying, I just started a DC Safety Coalition, and our logo, but it's powered by Harriet's Wildest Dreams, but our logo is a Dinkra symbol that say, help me and let me help you. And it's alternatives to calling the police. And it's basically, I got all the organizations that was already doing the work, and I brought everybody together for the DC Safety Squad. And the people, and then I just got individual people who want to learn how to do the work. And I'm just getting grant money to get them trained up. Like, I literally just got 6 people trained to be mental health responders, certified for 3 years. Took one meeting, one training, and got 15 legal observers just to watch the law while we out here doing things. And then the same thing with cop watch. I got a knock-on training coming up the 1st of January, because everybody need to rest for December. End of December, rest is radical, and it's essential. And so just and I'm getting people trained on to be able to be street medics, all that, so that we can respond to our people, and not, reimagine the safety is what we called it in DC. And then we're showing that it's possible that we can do this work without the police, and then bring the resources to this, where we're doing decrim. We have a campaign now, decrim poverty, where we actually have a council person trying to introduce a 24-hour harm reduction center here in DC. This is the work that we're working on to try to let the people see this is what's going to deter from us with intercommunity violence, giving the resources and keeping the people safe. When somebody have a mental episode, let me respond, but give me some resources for their next step so they can get therapy. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, but if I can just take them off the edge and help them off the edge and be able to take them where they need help, that matters. The same thing with people that use drugs, So that's what we're building now in DC. We building out the DC Safety Coalition, and it's actually a response to an app where people call instead of 911, they'll contact us and we'll do responders.
Yeah, that sounds dope. That
Yeah,
definitely sounds
so
dope.
they're gonna come. Yeah, I'm trying to finance it like shit, DiDi, though, because it's hard. Because I got get people on this app 20, but right now we just got like a certain hours. But I want to be able to have people to be able to respond just like 911. I want a
Right, okay.
4.4. And so we get we got a mental health crisis. So we know on that app who's who's a mental health responder. And so
who could be
we need two
dispatched.
people to respond, and two
Right.
people go to that scene instead of the police. And if we say text and hey, police showed up, then the cop watcher come, to
Right.
watch us do what we need to do. So yeah, we just got to get the resources out, and to do that, you need the resources, because clearly the enslaved patrols was to protect property and not people, and they reactive and not preventive, and we're doing preventive work.
Come on, preventative. Come on,
Yeah.
preventative. No, I'd
That's
love to
good.
hear this. Me personally, I've shifted a lot of my gear. My team, we took the last 6 months to go inward. We noticed certain clients we had, like a lot of what y'all talk about, the resources. Y'all don't know me for a very long time. My middle name is Resource, right? And it's like, but I feel like I've been a resource for so many, and we are not taking care of our home team. So we're doing credit counseling. We're cleaning that up. Like, it's like such a small thing, but we're taking care of finances, taxes. We meeting with accountants. We sitting with lawyers to talk about our legal issues. We doing we just gone inward. And it's like, cause I was like, I'm always funding other people's ventures, right? Like if somebody need a lawyer, I got you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, okay, so when one of us goes through something, now we're also scrambling. So how do we make sure that we're good so that way we can continue sustaining everyone else? And it's like, I feel like I'm the old bitch in the club. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm auntie now. I personally don't want to be leading protests anymore. I did that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Many of you know that myself and another colleague of mine led 40,000 people at the Boston Common in 2017. And it's like some of y'all allegedly was there, but we'll leave that in the air. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all came and y'all helped, y'all did y'all thing, and it is what it is. But I'm like, at what point do I change strategies, especially because I'm the money person? Like, I know how to get it. Like, how can I change strategies so that way I'm not one GoFundMe or one PayPal pool away from being busted out flat ass broke? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do I make sure that all the people that are depending on me are still good? And it's like, I really got to do some soul searching. I say it all the time. I want Bill Gates money, like, because I know what to do with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me the check bill, like, and so that's the conversation that my team is having. We still have 40 acres in a school going on. We're still learning about remembering, reclaiming, stewardship. Like, it's like a lot of stuff that we have to pour into ourselves about. And I'm not going to be mad if somebody be like, well, that sounds selfish as fuck. Self-care looks selfish as fuck. That's how I feel about it. Y'all shouldn't have got me on this live. I've been here too long. All right. One thing you want to tell your followers just about anything. It could be about Rent for Moms. It could be about how you want them to show up. It could be about where you want them to mail the check to. It could be about anything. What you want to say. And we'll start from Sylvia and then move to Kiana, Cherie, Nene, and then end with Tanya.
One thing, I would say, if you don't follow the Black Lives Matter Sacramento Facebook page, do that, because there are so many ways that you can contribute to good causes to uplift Black people.
Hey y'all, what I want to tell folks is I'm tired. I was tired. Make sure that you follow us, Harriet's Wildest Dreams, on social medias, and stop being performative, and understanding that this work is it's not even work, it's our lives. It's the lives of our folks in our community, and so that's just what I wanted to uplift. And free a Black mama.
Yeah, if y'all have campaigns, I was thinking this morning, and then like I had my whole day. Before we go to you, Cherie, if y'all have campaigns, do me a favor, email it to, or however I don't care how you get it to me. I just need to be able to send it to a white person to compile it in a list. So that way we can also do a graphic. Hey, make sure you're following these orgs and follow their campaigns, support their individual campaigns for whatever y'all got going on as well. I think I might do it for like a whole bunch of organizers. I think I might do it by state. So anyways, but that's that. Go ahead, Cherie.
I first want to say, since we're almost at 40,000, I want to say thank you to those that
42,000.
42,000.
We just got a $2,500 donation.
And so thank you for those that responded when you first heard the call. And then I want to challenge those that feel like, even if you say, hey, I don't have but $5, I don't have but $10, that goes a long way when we are doing it and being community. When we are funding this type of mutual aid program. So put 5 on it, put 10 in, make it rain if you can, because this is such a worthy work. So really thank you. My grandmother always told me to make sure that you show gratitude. And I am very honored and grateful, one, to be doing work with these amazing Black women in films that you have seen, and the ones that did a live a couple of days ago. We out here, we doing this work, and we are a safe space and a trusted space where you can put your funds, and it is going to help humanity rise, because you're going to help uplift a Black woman. And then I'm going to cheat because I'm a Black preacher, and I'm going to say to my people of faith, ministry is also about...
Somebody better tag a Unitarian Universalist right now in the comments.
Ministry, many of our faith-based systems, you put the banners out. You still got those signs in your yards. You have the bumper stickers. You wear the T-shirts, and you say that that women and mages and films in Black skin matter to you. Well, I'm asking you to do what you are supposed to do if you are called into ministry, and to pass the plate. Pass the plate. Let's get some money in the collection plates, so that we can go ahead and save people in a tangible way. and walk under the guise of what it is to really love people. Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe. I love that you said that because I really feel like faith-based people, I need to see y'all show up in a different way. I need to
Some of
see
us
some
we
standing on the
slacking.
side of DiDi. Like, I don't know. Like, so
Don't
they
just
call
pray
that
for
being
me,
in
pay
right
me.
relationship, right? Being in right relationship.
Right. We need more than thoughts and prayers.
Okay, not thoughts and prayers.
Let's
Okay.
show up for what's hot, not what we need all the time. It's like, if this is hot, oh, this happened, it's hot, so we're gonna do this. Shade, but so Rent for Mom is hot right now, Faith. Them people that go to church and the pastors. I want y'all to know Rent for Moms is hot. It's trending. It's trending. Get on board.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Gracias a Dios. I speak of the Spanish too.
Rent for Moms.
Honda, Shanda, help me pay for my
Yes.
Honda. Hallelujah.
Yes. Yes.
No, let me stop, because to be honest, it's a shame that we can't like even ask for money without feeling judged, because y'all gotta come and do this work. So y'all gotta see what we do and what we sacrifice. Just like DiDi said, we even sacrifice ourselves. And Kiana, like, leaving in court thinking about how she losing money and she need to go do an order. And I'm like, come on, like, it's real though, because we're trying to take care of everybody else. So y'all know this money doesn't go to us. It literally goes to the community. And I don't have a problem asking you to, and if you don't have finances to donate your time. Donate your time. Because I get tired of looking around and they be like, well, they just around white people. I'm around white people because the Black people won't show up. Hello, let me say that again. I'm around white people because the Black people won't show up. And if the white people want to come and do it and listen to me and be my Harriet Tubman ally, who helped me help Harriet Tubman free her people by putting her in the safe houses and shit, come through, white people. Give me that safe house. And make sure you have some money in the safe house when we're ready to leave. That's all. But I want Black people to come and do the work. I need y'all. And so the doors of the movement and the freedom train is open. Get on board, and we got to free the land, free the people. But before we do all that, we got to heal the people, because we can't get the people on the land if they're not healed, because everything else will continue. And we'll have intra-community violence. We'll still be living in a hoarder world where we feel like capitalism and take, instead of giving and giving. Help me and let me help you. So yeah, follow her streams on both social media, IG and Facebook and Twitter. And Rent for Moms is trending. It's hot. It's hot. Drop the link for them, y'all. Put that link in that comment. It's hot. It's true. And these moms need things. They really do. Kiana's just quiet, but it's hard, y'all. Kiana's at a point where she don't even like talking about it anymore. We literally just had a mom where we had nothing else we can do. And it's a burnout. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, if you don't have the time if you don't have the financial part to do the work, join it and create. And if we don't have what you want, create it. Create it, build it, and the people will come. I may not have at Her Dreams what you need, right? But I'm all right. Let me know what you want to build. And long as it don't involve the police and capitalism, let's get it.
Ashe, thank you so much. Yo, y'all really changed my mood. I was like, I gotta read a bedtime story to Egypt. I can't read a bedtime story because I gotta do this work. Like, you know what I'm saying? I also want to let folks watching know that the organizations that participated, they will be getting a stipend for doing this work because your labor is not unnoticed. I know that when we spoke about housing insecurity, many of us have touched upon the fact that we're doing multiple jobs, we're doing odd jobs, this, that, and the third, and me and Kiana shouldn't be doing Uber. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. Like, I'm not gonna get emotional, but Tanya, go ahead.
Everybody said all the things. I just want to say to folks that want to help out financially with this work, to make sure that you're giving to something that is trying to fix the foundation of the problem, not just pass out shoes and backpacks. We've got people that are, I mean, everybody knows we got people in community that have nonprofits and they get money and they get funding to do stuff that does not help our community. And so that becomes their work. And the work that's hard and the work that's needed is the work that needs to be funded, and the funding needs to be consistent. Like, we have months where we don't get but like $25 in donations, and those are the months where we can't sustain. Like, we're trying to find a way to keep our website running, all the stuff that we have to pay for. And so just people, make sure that you're helping out organizations that are doing real work, and make sure that you're doing it consistently. And if you can't do it, then make sure you're spreading the word as much as possible. You're not saying, oh, you should be doing this without, like you had just said, people, if you don't think I'm doing something right, then how about you start doing it? Like, there's room for everybody to do something, and there's so many things that need to be done, and everybody can't hold all the focuses. Like, there's so many things that need to be tapped on that we can't do all of that. So yeah, do something. If you see that you don't like how it's being done, then do it the way that you want to do it. But we need all the help. We need all hands on deck.
I appreciate y'all spending this time with me. We do need to get a meeting on the books so we can talk about disbursement to those we are going to be selecting. I think we've 450 applications at this point, and I just wish, I feel like, if someone would just, it's a 501c3. You understand what I'm saying? We still operating as a grassroots as fuck, but if someone would just drop a check, like mail me a check, do what you need to do. So it's not just 50 moms we're helping out this holiday season. It's 250, it's 500. We could set this up as a program to make sure mom's rent is offset for the year in each of our demographics. Like, that's kind of money I'd be talking about. Like, talk to me about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's like, I also want to extend to y'all all should have my cell phone number by now. Please don't give it to cops. Thanks. I appreciate it. Is it possible that whenever you need something, just text me? Like, do I always answer? You could ask Tanya. No, we go through our shit. Do I always answer? No, you could ask Nene. We be cursing each other out. And also, I'm here and I am a resource for those who treat me like I'm also human. So thank y'all. And I really can't wait to see the results of this campaign. Thank you for choosing Rent for Moms. Thank you for fucking with me. I appreciate y'all.